Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to it. It is the Pitchfork Show on KCOG Centerville. I'm Russ W. Ocker. Along with me, as always, is the Hall of Famer Chad Lee Koestner and Mr. Josh Brights. We are live from Hy-Vee, where things are rocking and rolling out here. And it's a rare case, guys. We don't always have this at the start of the show. We have an official here at the show tonight. We look out there. There's Jerry Robinson from Official Pest Control and a basketball official. And we could ask him. We've got that's a good segue to what we're bringing back to the show tonight. Is do you know the rules?
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, and none of us ever do. So, and Coach Krusich always loves the A1 and A2, bump B3, and so he'll be taking the rules question, and we'll do that right about 6:30 because Coach Parker is going to be here tonight to talk about the wrestling tournament and the Big Red Wrestlers as Coach Matt Johnson, unfortunately, under the weather again. So Coach Parker, our AD, is going to be here tonight, and we'll get him in on the rules as well. So I got what I hope is a fun question, but Chad, we'll just throw this out there right out of the chute. And if folks want to text in, they can, 641-895-0862. Last night, there was a double foul called in the junior varsity game. And the question is then, after a double foul, who gets the basketball? What do you do with the basketball after a double foul is called? In this case, Albia had the ball in their possession. A double foul was called. So how do you bring the ball back into play? Who gets the ball? That was the question last night. And we'll let folks think on that. If you want to weigh in, 641-895-0862. Or if you don't like me, you want to text Chad, 641-895-8799. If you don't like me and Chad, there's no way you can like Bryce, so don't worry about that. So, ouch. All right. All right. What is it, 895-8884? That's it. All right, there you go. So you got three options there. You can text any one of us what you think would be the call. You got a double foul called. How do you bring the ball back in to play after the double foul is called? We got a big show for you tonight. I'm excited about it. We're going to talk to Coach Parker here in just a little bit. It was the Big Red Wrestling Tournament, a tremendous weekend. And by all accounts, a bang-up job on the tournament, and a lot of people deserve credit for that. One of them, Kevin Ocker, our buddy, does a great job running a wrestling tournament. He's excited. I mean, he's like salivating over the idea of running a tournament, and did a great job with that. But it's a ton of help. I know with all the way from Coach Parker, Mark Whistler, Coach Johnson, so Brad Warren, I know had a lot to do, and I'm missing a ton of people, so I'm not trying to leave anybody out. A lot of people make that go. I know our junior high wrestlers were down there working the tournament, but from what I understand, it's a tremendous tournament, ran very smoothly, and they got dealt a little bit of curveball with the weather. Three of the Missouri teams dropped out, so we'll talk to Coach Parker about how you handle that when you get that late notice of what they did. Kevin Cocker. Probably what he did say, yeah. So, but a great tournament, and we had some success, so Coach Parker's going to be on to talk about that. The Big Reds finally win an overtime game. That's our third overtime game this year. One of them was a 4 overtime jobbie. But we come out on top last night against Albia, and I guess the headline for the night would be Big Reds take 3 from Albia. It was a good night. We won on the boys' side, JV, freshman, and varsity. A huge win for the JV team. Tie game, with like 10 seconds left, and they ended up getting the win. Jason Kirkland hits a couple of ice in his veins free throws to tie it up, and then we got a steal by Jackson Ocker, went down and hit the layup to win it. But they came back, Chad. They were down 14-2, I think, at one time. 15-2 after the first quarter, and then they came roaring back in the second. They had a great second and third quarter, and kind of they were up a little bit in the fourth quarter, and it's kind of back and forth there in the fourth quarter, and we pulled it out. Last second layup there by Jackson, and it was like I said, Jace Kirkland knocked down some big free throws to tie it up late in the fourth quarter, and just very exciting ball game, and then it carried over into the varsity game. Very exciting ball game with Albia in the varsity game also. Well, imagine you're Jace. He's a freshman, and he's playing up to the JV level. There's 4 freshmen that are playing up there, and he goes to the line. I think there was less than 30 seconds. 20, 10, it might have been 10. I don't know. It was under 20 seconds. I'm pretty sure. Down by 2, which is already a kind of situation. And then when you put on top of that your dad is the head coach of the other team, the JV. He's the head JV coach. So there's probably no 2 free throws in his life that he's ever wanted to make more than those 2, and you can't help but smile for the kid. He drained them both like nothing either. I mean, if he was nervous, he didn't really show it. There was nothing but net. Maybe he didn't know what the situation was. I'll bet he had a little something to say to Dad when they got home. What a tremendous pressure situation there, and Jace knocked him down. And you know what? The varsity game last night, I think, Chad, we won that overtime game because we made our free throws, and that's something we've struggled with in the other 2 teams. So kudos to that Big Red team on that. We'll have plenty to talk about there. And also we're going to talk a little bit of bowling. Logan Stickler's going to be in the box. Now, this young man, we all know Logan. He's quite the character. We're looking forward to visiting with him. He's a junior at Centerville High School, so we'll visit with him. And also Coach Matt Kabakovich will be on. And we'll be taking a little trip to the mound tonight. We've got some things we want to talk about on the national level. So we will be doing that here a little bit later on as well. When we come back, Josh Bryce will tell us about all the great things going on out here at Hy-Vee. That is next on Hy-Vee's The Bet.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
You are listening to the Mitch Morty Show on KCOG Centerville. Russ W, Chadley Koestner, and Josh Bryce. And Josh is going to tell us all the great things going on out here at your local Hy-Vee store. We thank them for having us out. We're in our 7th year here on the pitch. 7 years, I think we were a couple of months in when Hy-Vee jumped on board. So 7 years with Hy-Vee, and we hope to continue on. And of course, one of the things going on at Hy-Vee, we'll get to a comment you made earlier, we might be outside. Oh, if I've learned nothing else about Bryce, he can usually take a joke. Now. I mean, he's only punched me 3 times. Now. After I made him do the jump in the trunk game Saturday night.
Yeah, which Sunday morning, the very first person to comment on that was my mother, who walked in the door and said, "Hey, I thought you had a good time at your Christmas party." Well, all right. So, yeah, that got out pretty quick.
So we might as well throw it out there. I guess new manager starting soon here at Hy-Vee.
Yep. For those of you that haven't heard, Cole is leaving. He's going to pursue some other career opportunities outside of Hy-Vee, and we just found out today. They just officially announced today who our new store manager is going to be. His name is Chris Click. I don't know a whole lot about him. I haven't met him yet. I haven't talked to him yet. He's coming to us from the Kansas City market. He's going to be in here Friday, and then from what I've been told, he's officially going to start on Monday.
Okay. Well, I tell you, I think it speaks volumes for Cole there Saturday night when your employees give you a standing ovation, because not every boss gets that.
No, I doubt I would if I were the one leaving. No, but no, we think very highly of Cole. We're sad to see him go. He's been great. He's been here for just a little over 2 years now, and things always start off a little different with a new boss, and things might start off a little rough, but things went pretty smooth. And Cole was incredibly involved in the community around Centerville, and that was a big deal to a lot of people in town. And all of our store managers in my 17 years here have always been involved with the community, but Cole was probably the most involved since like a Laura Fulton, who had kids, in the school system and was here for quite a long time. So that's going to be greatly missed, and hopefully our new guy can come in and pick up where he left off.
absolutely. He will certainly be missed. He's good to us on the pitch. He's good to me in my business endeavors as well. So we appreciate everything Cole's done. I know I do for me and my family. So we wish him all the best. Tell us then why we should get down here to Hy-Vee and save some money.
Well, we got a lot of great stuff going on. Saturday, we're going to have a big basket discount again. You come in and spend $75 and you can save 75 cents a gallon on your Fuel Saver card. Then also next week on Wednesday, every Wednesday we have a dietitian come in. She's a registered dietitian named Samantha Thomas. Next week we're going to have the Hy-Vee Healthy U Mobile out front, so you can kind of come check that out. And then Samantha is going to be working out there. Anyone can come in. You don't have to make an appointment. You can just come in anytime on Wednesday and sit down and talk with her about healthy meal solutions, or she's very good with diabetic meal solutions and things like that, as long as meal planning and everything else that you can imagine. So she's going to be here on Wednesday with a Hy-Vee Healthy U Mobile, which was here for Ragbri. I don't know if anybody saw it. It's a big, nice trailer with a great facility out there on Wednesday afternoon.
All right. And so she's just this store, or what's
No, she kind of has a territory. She has Pella, Knoxville here in Unionville, I believe. So she's at each store. Pella a couple days a week, and then she's here at least 5 days a month. And then Unionville, she's down there once a week as well.
all right. All of that and more going on out here at Hy-Vee. We will grab a break. When we come back, Rich Parker joins us. He's the AD at Central High School. He's going to bring us up to date on the wrestling stuff, kind of stepping in here for Coach Matt Johnson. It was a great weekend. One of the highlights of the winter sports season is our Big Red Michael Lipnick Invitational. And weather, Chad, we got some bad forecasts, but ultimately the weather held up quite nicely for the tournament. It didn't come in until Sunday. It really never got as bad as I thought it would, but we got lucky there, and we got weather and had a great tournament.
Yeah, we did. We got lucky. It kind of stayed south of us. I know the Kansas or the Missouri DOT put out that publication that they recommended no one travel, and that's why once they do that, the school system in Missouri will not let buses out. So that's why the 3 teams from Missouri couldn't come up. But I think Coach Parker and Kevin Cochran and Matt Schwarzwitz all did a nice job of shuffling some stuff around and getting the brackets where they had a good showing, and everything worked out just fine. So other than obviously not getting the little kids wrestling on Sunday, everything else went pretty good from what I understand.
Well, we'll find out plenty more about it when we come back. Rich Parker, Central High School AD, joins us next on Hy-Vee Pitch.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
This is the pitch presented by Hy-Vee. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who make the show possible each and every week. Chico Construction, Thomas Funeral Home. Congratulations to Billy and Aaron Thomas, welcoming their second child in earlier this week. Lila Grace, I believe that was on Thursday. Last Thursday? No. Monday. I think if I Monday, guy. Yeah, you were close. Tuesday. I was close. It was Monday. Yeah, they went over last Thursday. Right. They had got kicked out. That's how to come back. Oh, I know Billy said it can't be Sunday. The Cowboys. Anyway, so how'd that work out? Congratulations to them.
That's enough out of you.
Oh, Chad Lee, come on now. Partners going to join us. We're going to thank the rest of our sponsors here: Sales Insurance, Ocker Realty, Jim Ireland Menswear, Northside Insurance, J&L Flooring, Annuity Shop, Daily Outweek, Henley Dental, and Power and Circle, the Hall of Fame talents. Well, Rich Parker, the Sterling High School AD, and I know for the last, so many days, wrestling has been at the forefront. You have the Big Red Invitational, the Mike Luffy Big Red Invitational, and by all accounts, from what I understand, a tremendous tournament. And you're here to bring us up to date. First of all, kind of tell us what goes into putting on this. And I knew this was new for you, and I know you had a lot of help.
Yeah, first of all, the wrestling community around here is just unbelievable. They rally around so much for even just like a double duel. They're there. So I kind of knew that coming in, but I really didn't appreciate it until I got involved in it. And I really want to thank everybody in that community. I can't start naming names, or we're going to be here a while. But there's a lot of organization that goes into the planning of it. Once the meet itself got there, it seemed to run itself, kind of like a track meet. I'm new to this, so wasn't really sure how it'd go. But when you got Kevin Koestner on your side, makes a huge difference.
He just like a kid at Christmas on this.
Yes,
and I think he loves when something out of the ordinary happens.
Yeah.
Oh, here I got this. I got it.
I think the man sat still, I would guess, for a total in that day of 4 minutes. I mean, he's just looking for stuff to do, and really, he didn't have a lot to do. He was just, like you said, he was waiting for stuff, and he's good, so it ran real smooth. And I don't know if he was disappointed or not, but I really appreciated it.
We talked earlier about what happens when three teams drop out the night before. Chad said, well, I guess Parker called Cocker.
Well, yeah, I heard Chad say, Parker Kovac got some things rebracketed. That's not true. Kevin got a lot of stuff rebracketed.
You were there.
I was there.
And you were at Kovac's house. Those things.
Yes.
You pitched in.
We were present. I was actually looking at the screen even, when we were rebracketing. Somebody else might have been watching basketball. I'm not really sure. But, he told me when those three teams dropped out, it's not going to be a big deal. But, he's got it. Totally trust that guy. That's really glad I had him on our side this weekend.
I know Brad Warren and Jared Carson, all those, they just love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And they've done it forever. I don't know. Somebody said it's almost 30 years next year. I think they've been doing it. They've probably been involved either as a wrestler or a volunteer for all those years. So I know it's changed a lot since they first started it. Not as many pens and pencils going on, mostly technology, which is a good thing. That's why we were done at 5:15 the other night instead of 10 o'clock. So, but yes, those people that help with that thing it's so appreciated. They don't even know.
And you got lucky the weather held off until Sunday. Like I say, it cost us the three Missouri teams.
Yeah.
But all in all, the weather was behaved itself.
It did. And it was in our minds. We kind of all knew that it wasn't going to hit that night, but you never know. It's Iowa, So we weighed in a little bit earlier. We got started a little bit earlier than normal just because the weather could have been an issue, but luckily it wasn't. And like you said, we got everybody in there. And I know the Missouri schools are disappointed they couldn't come, especially St. Joseph's Benton. That would be Patty Sisler's son, coaches there, and he's been looking forward to coming to this for a long time. And he was very disappointed, but like Chad said, Missouri DOT says you can't travel. So.
Okay. So, it starts kind of with, I know, the seating meeting on that Wednesday night. I got a chance to get on the tail end of that. And, it kind of, it's an interesting thing to see. By the time I got there, it looked to me like you found a guitar, and that was,
yeah.
Let me go kind of tune this guitar. But it was pretty much over when I got there. But it looked like you guys, it could be a very interesting night.
It was. By the time you got there, it was kind of wrapping up. Kevin had told me before, you need to come to the meeting. And I told him, I said, dude, I'm not even sure I keep score in wrestling, so I'm not really sure. But he said, yeah, you need to be there. And so I learned a lot. I really did. It went a lot faster than I thought that it might have. But yeah, it was very interesting. I had no idea how that worked. And I know in the past they were in a room together with all the coaches, and it was a very, very long process with a lot of angry words and stuff. So it looks to me like this track wrestling and the technology kind of takes all that other stuff out of play, which is a good deal.
And then the Friday night, you had the JV event.
Correct.
We'll run into the varsity on Saturday.
Yeah, JV meet went really smooth. Ended up having 11 teams in that thing, which was nice. I think one time we were at 6, and a little concerned that we were going to be there for about an hour. But ended up with 11 teams, and that, again, thanks to Kevin and Matt Johnson getting teams out there. But very nice JV tournament, and it's kind of a dry run for our tournament. We get everything set up, get the mats set up, all the officials in place. Some of them spend the night, because they go, quite a ways away. So it's the JV tournament's a really good deal.
We're going to talk the varsity tournament, how it went as a whole, and how the Big Reds did when we come back on Hy-Vee's The Pitch.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out JNL Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends, and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appalachia County.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Cinema, talking Big Red Wrestling and the Big Red Michael Upping Invitational. And let's start, Coach, with how the tournament went in general. Rich Parker, our center lady, here to tell us about it, as far as how many teams were there, who won the tournament. I know we also select an outstanding wrestler, which I don't think was a huge surprise because there was a young man there. I think that's a tremendous talent.
Yes. It was a pretty easy pick. There were some really, really good wrestlers, but this kid's a nationally ranked wrestler. So, if had he slipped up and lost, maybe it could have gone to, the heavyweight from Pella. Was a nice kid. But our outstanding wrestler of the whole tournament was Chase Schultz from Creston. Got some Centerville ties. I think his dad was from here many moons ago and went in the Marines and ended up moving to Creston, got a job on the railroad. But he could have easily been a Centerville kid.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been a nice addition to ours. He would have liked that a lot, yeah. We ended up having 14 teams with the 3 teams coming out of Missouri, not showing up. But 14 teams is still quite a few. I was I don't know, shocked, I guess, because I've worked this before, back in the day, and just ran the clock and stuff. But when you're kind of in charge of stuff and you notice the amount of people that are in there, it's very intimidating. Very intimidating. And we're supposed to have 17 teams, so next year we'll have 17 teams, and I'm sure it'll be more intimidating. But we ended up having 14 teams there. we ended up taking 12 out of 14, which, didn't sound that great, but last year we got last. So, Coach Johnson and I have talked several times this year about how we take steps towards improving the program. And, some people call it baby steps, some call it toddler steps, whatever, but we have taken the good steps towards getting our program back where it needs to be. And we had some good showings. Gage Mormon getting fourth. Didn't wrestle as good as Gage usually does. I think he was probably placed a little lower than he thought he might have. But he ran up against a couple of good kids. We did have Caden Cosrich at 120 be the champion. He's our only champion from Centerville. Wrestled really well.
That's winning the Big Red Invitational.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. That's a nice day on the map.
It is, and people will tell you around the state that this is statewide. I mean, people know that the Big Red Wrestling tournament. As a matter of fact, we were talking about we had a couple teams think they're not going to come back next year, and so Kovac and I went around and just kind of verbally asked if they were coming back, just see how many we had. And we're talking to Coach Johnson about, was there going to be a deal getting somebody else in here? He said, oh, no. He said, they'll be lined up, ready to come in. So, we're going to have plenty of teams in this thing just because of the popularity of this thing. But we did have a couple of kids wrestle well, other than not getting champion. Kate Warren and Peyton Russell both ended up getting fifth. Peyton wrestled really well. He beat a kid that probably in the seeding wise shouldn't have beat. I'm assuming Kevin probably seeded that wrong. That's why Peyton beat him. But no, they both wrestled well. Both of those guys got fifth. Cade got 182, and Peyton at 220. And then Tiger Turkster came in fourth at 132. And I know Tiger was disappointed too. He kind of had intentions of winning that thing, but again, this isn't your podunk tournament. This has got some top of the tops in there. So they did really well, I thought.
Big Red Wrestling, the Michael Upnick Invitational, another successful event, and so now that's it for home action, isn't it, on the wrestling?
It better be, because we've got all the mats put up. So I know I don't want to get them bad boys back out. But yeah, that's it for home events. We do have several meets left, a couple tournaments, and then we'll roll into sectionals about February 4th. So
what do we have next then for the wrestlers?
Tomorrow we're going to Colfax for JV varsity, Colfax Mingo, and then Saturday we go up to Urbandale. And I don't know if you know anything about that tournament, but it is supposedly better than the state tournament. Tougher to get in the state tournament. We actually had a really good team a few years back that we had two really good wrestlers. You have to wrestle a pigtail match to get in. They got beat. They couldn't even get in the tournament, and those kids ended up going state. So it's a big deal. That's a tough tourney. The next week we go to Kirksville. Looks like I have the same date. I'm not sure what the date is on that, but at Fairfield on the 27th. That'd be next Saturday. And again, another good tournament. It used to be our conference tournament. I don't think it is anymore. I think it's just more of a split tournament. I don't know, Class A, Class B. I'm not sure how they do it. But that's next Saturday. And then that following week, we'll take the week off and get ready for sectionals.
Rich Parker, our Centerville High School AD, and again, a big thank you, I know, to everybody who was involved in this Big Red Invitational. I mean, there's so many things you have to organize, from obviously officials to people to help with everything, from a hospitality room to somebody on the rear end when the time runs out. And
I'll tell you what, if it weren't for Chad's wife, the food thing would have caught me. I didn't know that tournament was about food. I was kind of a restaurant tour for a week there, and she gave me fair warning that you better have the food ready. And I kind of found out that a lot of these coaches rate your tournament by the food. So,
and you? I'll be officiating with 4 students. We've wrestled on concrete.
Actually, teams aren't coming back. Rich ran out of food.
That's probably true. I think Chad was involved in some of that food too. He made a nice big roaster chili.
Yeah, made the chili.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
He kind of made fun of my roaster because he had an old one and he didn't want to use it. So I went and got him one out of the concession stand. He said, well, I went from the 1954 Westinghouse to the 1956 Westinghouse. I moved up a little bit. Moved up. He didn't say I knew he needed it. But it's appreciated.
Congratulations on a great tournament. And, of course, it's so exciting with our Big Red Wrestling program to be heading in the direction we're heading, because the numbers are way up. I know they're up at junior high. Mark Whistler does a tremendous job down there. And we've got some tremendous wrestlers. And Kate Warren, our only senior, which I always I'm always pleased to hear that Kate's having a good year because I know how hard he's worked at wrestling, and to see him having an above 500 year and placing in these tournaments, you can't help but root for him. I mean, he lost his senior year football with the injury, so it's just it's a great story to see how well he's doing on the mat.
It is. It's a hard work pays off kind of story. I mean, the kid he literally has lived in the ultimate health. He's been to every weight room, every open gym, anything you can do, Kate has been in. And, like you said, he went from not winning hardly any matches at all to placing in a lot of tournaments. And that's just a big shout out to him because he has really worked hard for it.
We're going to grab a break. And when we come back, Coach Matt Cruces will join us and right out of the chute so we can get Coach Parker involved. We're bringing back, you know the rules. So we'll have your A
This is wrestling rules? I got him.
No, basketball rules. We asked one earlier. This is not our prime question tonight, but it happened last night, and there was some discussion about it. When you have a double foul, how do you bring the ball back into play? So last night in the JV game, the ball belonged to Albion. A double foul was called, and so then who gets the ball? How do you bring the ball back into play? So what do you?
So I can think about it, or do I have to answer now? I would really like to think about that.
Think about that for a minute. Grab a break. When we come back, we'll get Coach Cruces on here, and we'll get that one, and then we'll throw out the other question. When we come back on Hy-Vee.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
You are listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, and we're going to have some rules questions here. The one we threw out there earlier was the double foul. How do you bring the ball back into play? Chad and Josh know the answer to this. Coach Parker's given his answer. Coach Cruces, what's your take on how would you expect the ball to be brought back into play after a double foul? Coach Parker's answer was?
I said whoever possessed the ball at the time of the double foul would enter the ball.
Okay.
I concur.
Well, it's so fun.
No, the reason that's correct is because the double foul counteracts each other, and you just take it up where the play is off.
Point of interruption. That's absolutely correct. Now, didn't used to be that way. They changed that probably 8 or 9 years ago in the period, which makes sense. No team should be penalized. So if they do alternate possessions, somebody either lost the air or lost the ball. So, you bring it. Whoever had it keeps it. That doesn't make a difference when somebody's in the bonus. That's a good question. If you're in the bonus, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know the exact answer to this. Obviously, the team with the ball, it would be an offensive foul, so you would not shoot if they were in the bonus. But if the other team, if the defensive team or if the offensive team were in the bonus, I believe you would shoot the bonus. I think you have to at that point. So that would be my take on that, but we'll have to look that up. We'll have to go to the case rule book, which is where we're going now for tonight's official. Do you know the rules question?
That wasn't it?
That wasn't.
No, that was it.
We can't have this warm. There's no way I'm going to show it. You know the rules question out there for Coach Christie without some A1 and B2 and all that. He loves it.
Well, not only that, having it be the JV game that I actually watched.
Yeah, so you saw how we handle it. Okay. All right, here you go. Now, stay with me. There's a lot of A's and B's involved.
Oh, my gosh.
A1 and A2. Now, those are offensive players. A1 and A2 will set a double screen. So you get the old picket fence sort of thing there. Near the inline. Ted's going to draw that, which is a good idea. P3, intentionally, B3 is a defender, intentionally goes out of bounds outside the inline to avoid being detained by that double screen. So you get the double screen in the inline, he just runs out of bounds out around it. Okay? Just as he goes out of bounds, A3 takes a shot, just as B3 is running out of bounds. So let's say for the sake of this, that shot went in. So you got a double screen set near the inline. The defensive player goes out of bounds intentionally to run out around it, while the other offensive player shooting at the shot goes in. What do you do about that? Nothing. Something. Is there a call there? Is there anything done wrong? What happened first? I'll go first. All right.
That's a technical foul on the team that was out of bounds when the ball was shot.
Okay. Chad? We'll give Coach Christie just as much to work with as we can here.
Well, I think, something has to be done because I know you can't do that. But I don't know if it's a technical foul.
Do that. All right.
You can't do that. Well, maybe I'm going to agree.
I can tell you in all my years, I've never seen this.
I've seen offensive players do it, and I know you stop the play right then and there, and
which you should, but I can tell you 95% of the time they don't. I mean, we've all seen it, but so
I know
we as
I've called it.
Do that. Yeah,
I've called it.
So what do you got? You know that
what
you're going by.
Coach Parker has intentional foul.
We're at technical foul. Are you counting the basket?
Yes.
Okay, you can count the basket. Technical foul. Josh. Okay. Josh says nothing's going to do it. Basket's good. Inbound the ball. Let's go the other way. All well.
You know what? Since I've watched kids go out of bounds many times and nothing does get called, I'm going to go with that. But technically, there probably is. It probably isn't technical, but I've seen it go uncalled so many times. But I'm just going to go with count the shot and go on.
Okay. Well, you're all wrong. You guys are closer to right than these two. It's not. You can't just do that. It is a rules infraction. Intentionally leaving the court is a rules infraction, whether you're offense or defense. You can't just leave the court because it gave you an advantage. Obviously, leaving the court, diving for a ball, there's no infraction here. But if you say, well, this is going to benefit me, I'm just going to go out of bounds, you have to use the court of play within the rule. It doesn't get called. Like if you got a player running the baseline offensively, he goes out of bounds, that should be going the other way.
As an official, you got to throw your hat.
That's right. And it's not a matter of him. It's not a matter of him getting back in before he catches the ball. You cannot. You only get the court of play, which makes sense. You don't get the whole gym. You can't run up in the bleachers, get around somebody. But on this particular case, for leaving the floor on the violation, okay, the basket is good because it was released, but then just the offensive team then gets the ball back. So you got a good basket, and the offensive team, the team that had the ball, gets the ball back on the violation.
No technical foul.
No technical foul.
What if he does it again?
There's still no technical foul, but the coach is probably eventually going to say, hey, foul. Hey,
run it out.
Get out of the ball game.
My key word in that entire thing was intentionally. Anytime they use the word intentionally, something's going to happen.
Right. Yeah. So that, what this reads is B3 is called for leaving the floor violation. Team A will receive the ball out of bounds with a spot nearest to where the violation occurred. And then since the basket went in the basket.
I may call Alan Bestie on this and make that a technical foul from now on. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, why not?
Actually, that favors us because we run our zone play with our double screen for Brett on the baseline all the time, and I watch defenders go out of bounds continually to catch up with him. So,
right.
you know.
Well, you know what? If I were you, I would be pointing it out to the officials and saying, hey, this has happened a lot, and why isn't it being called? Because my understanding of the rules, you can't just leave the floor because it gives you an advantage. And that's something that doesn't get called. Something else that a lot of people don't know, and I hear coaches say this, when you're playing defense, put your foot on the out-of-bounds line. Then they can't get around. Well, that's not legal defense. If you have your foot on the out-of-bounds line and I slam at you, that's on you. You cannot have a legal defensive position out of bounds. And so that, but you don't see that get called very often either. But I hear coaches say that. We've all heard it. Get your foot on the end line, then you know you got one. No, you can't do that. You're out of bounds. That's illegal. But so anyway, I'm fairly impressed.
I did hear that we were closest.
You were closest.
I also believe that I counted the basketball, so we are more right.
I counted the basketball. Well, nobody could be further away from the truth than Bryce. Here's what I think about Bryce. I think Bryce intentionally tried to break. I don't think his goal in going out on the floor was to play by the rules. And partly Coach Koestner's fault. I think he sent you into foul and break rules. And I run all four, and I got to take something. What's the harm? I got out of his way. You know what? Maybe I wanted some popcorn for goodness sake.
Well, like I said, I see it continually happen against our zone offense. So when I see it continually happen, I figure, I'm trying to be sportsmanlike and believe that the officials know what they're doing. So when they don't call anything, I'm assuming that they know more than I do.
I see all the time guys running crazy lines go out of bounds where they want to be, and you cannot do that. I don't know why it doesn't get called, because it is an advantage. You can't just run over by them. You have a floor to play on.
I expect to see some hands in the air on Friday.
Where's the call? Where's the call? Keep them in bounds.
Well, I've learned new terms defensively, too. We're going to be calling a lot of open and close. We'll just pick it up from there.
Oh, man. We'll grab a break. We'll come back with Coach Cruzy. Thanks to Coach Parker for stopping out. We'll back up.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey, everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker Broker.
Centerville, Russ Ocker, Chad Lee, Koestner, Josh Rice. We're joined now by Coach Matt Koestner to talk Big Red basketball. And Coach, I don't know if you guys just 32 minutes isn't enough. So we just going to go into overtime every game or what?
We like playing all the basketball we can get, and we were chomping at the bit to play last night. It'd been a week since we had taken the floor, and
honestly, I wish we could have played a game late last week, because I thought as good as we played against Davis County, I really wish we could have kept things rolling last week. So it's kind of scary when you play that well and then you take a week off, and you're playing a great defensive team in Albion. We knew they would come over wanting revenge for the game we put on up there, but I'll tell you what, overtime really doesn't faze us anymore. I feel like we've kind of weathered the storm of the the newness of overtime, so it really didn't bother us as far as going into it. But I really like that we came down and Logan Stickler knocked down a 3 right off the bat, because that really gets your motivation going, and it kind of put some wind in your sails and gave us a lot of confidence. And I thought we controlled the whole overtime period after that.
Absolutely. Something about overtime, if you're down by 3 with, say, 3.5 minutes to go in the game, you don't think much of it. But in overtime, it just seems different. He hits that 3 and there's still almost the whole overtime to go, but there's just something about being behind early in overtime that gets that old sphincter a little bit tighter, and I think that was a huge shot. He had a couple of huge shots.
Yeah, he knocked down 2 big threes last night for us at big times, and him and Tyson both recognized the fact that Albion was really concentrating on Brett and closing out Colton and making it tough for our post to get the ball, and so it was a challenge last night, because Coach Archer and I aren't, we know pretty much what each other's team is going to do, and he has our offenses down. So basically, you just have to depend on your kids to be able to create off of what the defense is allowing. And they were allowing Tyson to have the open shot, and they were allowing Logan to have that open perimeter shot. And when they get their feet set and they're great set shooters if you allow them to get set and get their balance beneath them, and they both went up well last night and hit some big perimeter shots for us, and Colton stepped up big too at some big times for us, and I really appreciated that. Now, Stickler has to learn a little bit. I talked to him after the game, because I was his biggest fan when he knocked down the 3, but then we came back down the floor and we have control of the game, and he tries to knock it down again, and it's like, hey, I love the first one, but the second one we have to start thinking situation just a little better, and I love the fact that he had the confidence to take it, but at the same time you got to think situation, and if we could keep Albia from getting the ball. We were playing defense with our offense an awful lot last night in clutch time, and we really wanted to make them work to get the ball back, because they were coming down and firing away quick. And plus, the way we were mixing up our defenses, I didn't want to rush it. I wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page in our defensive set. So, like I said, I was his biggest fan for a second, and then I took him out right after that because they fouled him. He went to the line. He didn't make his free throw, and I thought, hey, I got to go with a free throw shooting bunch, so I went with Hargrave instead of Stick. But I give him total credit for giving us the wind in our sails in that overtime period.
Well, on free throws, I think that's the difference why we won in overtime last night. We hit our free throws. Brett, especially, was clutch with free throws. Colton was clutch. And I think if you look at the other 2 overtime games, our free throw percentage would not have been near as well as it was last night.
Yeah, and honestly, we could have spread it out just a little bit more. And Tyson missed some big ones there. Stick missed one, and even though we were 19 of 25, I'm not complaining. It's just the timing of when we missed them, that really seals the win. They're in the overtime session, we were up 6. If we could have knocked down one more, that makes it a 3-possession game. I feel a lot more comfortable with a 7-point lead than a 6, because they knocked down 1 3, and even if they have 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock, they can come down and knock down another one at the buzzer. So I like having that 3-possession game a lot more than the 2.
I thought that Albion played tremendous last night. I mean, they made obviously Brett got his points, but boy, they sure made him work probably as hard as anybody has. It looked like the hardest 20-some points he's gotten all year. They obviously had a game plan, and I think you got to tip their hats to their kids. I don't know if they could have played much better.
I think you're right. And Coach Archer, I'm telling you, I don't think there's a better coach at coaching a half-court game in the conference than him. He plays great man-to-man defense, and it's going to be man-to-man. The only time I've ever seen him switch it up, he threw us off last year with a 1-3-1 zone, but his man-to-man is very, very good, and they're very good at recognizing Brett whenever he had the ball. It turned into a zone, all 5 guys on him, and you're right. He had to get through a lot of people to get the ball in the basket, but what I was really proud of was he was 13 of 15 from the line, and we talked earlier this season about, how we go at people and we finish the game from the line. And, my two big scorers are doing that, and they're going to the line with a lot of confidence. But, we need everyone else to step up around them. And, the perimeter shots that our role players are hitting are really helping us a ton. And, and then when they come out and cover them, it allows Hunter and Dan Hargrave to make their presence known under the basket, which I thought they did a great job rebounding last night. We just couldn't get them the ball offensively because I thought Albia did a great job laying off, some guys and keeping guys in the lane and making it tough for our post players to even contribute. So, and then the times when we did get it to him, we got called for a couple of charges on Hunter, and I thought he got the ball and took it to the hole well, I thought he drew a foul, but it went the other way. But at the same time, I give my guys credit for working it into them. It was so hard to get it in there and then you feel like you're losing when it goes against you.
Big Reds defeat Albia last night in overtime. It was another very good high school basketball game. One of the guys we've mentioned a little bit already, but it's really, I think, has solidified his position in the last few games is Tyson Paloma. He plays like he belongs. When he shoots, he appears to be shooting with much more confidence than earlier this season.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you're also a Big Red fan and you go watch the JV and the freshmen play at the junior high, you'll also see Tyson on the bench down there with the JV a lot every now and then. He'll volunteer to go down there and get a few extra quarters in and play with those guys, and the extra time he puts in with the younger guys really has paid off for him, and I think it's made him feel a lot more confident in himself. And just like today, we had the hour early out, and Coach Bays had practice with both freshman and JV squads. And I walk in there, and Tyson's in there practicing with them. And, he knows it's a total optional type of thing. And, he wanted to get some extra shots in. He wants to get up and down the floor with anyone that'll play basketball with him. And, just that added incentive and just I think that's a great role model for an upperclassman, too, to show those freshmen and sophomores that, hey, I have to work on my game, and I want to help you guys get better. And, he's there to support those guys. And, I think that really pays off. And, I really appreciate seeing an upperclassman do that.
There was a couple times I could hear you wanting Tyson to shoot a little bit more. There was times that he was wide open, and he just wasn't in a shooting position. I could hear you kind of coach at him a little bit. Hey, get ready to shoot and shoot the ball.
Yeah, I was talking to him and Colton about that because in our offense, the way we run a lot of things, we switch spots with him and Brett a lot. And, Brett will do a back cut and draw two defenders and that'll leave Tyson wide open for the reverse pass when we reverse the ball. And I told him off that reverse pass, man, just knock it down off the pass because you got to see him in practice. I mean, when he's on the scrimmage team for the first five, he knocks down everything. Then I put him on the first five, and he doesn't want to shoot as much. He gets a little more conservative. So, and Brett and all the upperclassmen are yelling for him to shoot it. I mean, they all have confidence in him, and they just want him to know that they support him in doing that. And even if he doesn't make it, you just got to let the other team know that it's kind of like throwing a football downfield. You got to let them know that, hey, we're not afraid to do it, and he can make that most of the time. And I think as his confidence keeps building, you're going to see him contribute a lot more points.
Well, obviously the varsity win is that's the one you're after first and foremost, but it's got to feel good when you can say we were 3-0 last night again.
You bet. And hats off to the JV team. They won a very nice game last night, and in dramatic fashion. They were down 15-2 after the first quarter, and I know Coach Hill's juggling a lot of different lineups with that group, and he's trying to give the upperclassmen the first chance to go in there and contribute, but he also is utilizing the freshman team with that group, and I think it's paying off. I think it's giving the freshmen a little incentive to work a little harder, and they're coming in and contributing against better players, not just freshman players. And I think it's also lighting the fire under those upperclassmen just for the fact of they know these guys are creeping up on them, but they also welcome their help, and they want to win. And I think you ask any of those upperclassmen that are even sacrificing a little bit of playing time, they still like being on a winning team. And and Coach Hill's doing a tremendous job getting like 20 guys in a game because I'm good if I get 8. And he does a really nice job juggling those lineups. And I thought last night it was really nice because they chipped away and got their way back in the game, and they were tied there with about 5 seconds left. And, ironically, Jace Kirkland goes and knocks down 2 free throws to tie the game with about 10 seconds left. And I know that probably doesn't fit well in the Kirkland house right now, but I'm sure Dad's proud of him. But at the same time, Dad wants to win that game. And then they come down and extend their defense a little bit, and Jackson picks off an errant pass and goes right down the floor and scores right at the buzzer. So, it's nice to see those kids getting some of that action. And, it's doing nothing but building their confidence. And like I said, the upperclassmen, even though they probably don't like giving up as much playing time, I think they're all for seeing the team win, and they're all about it. And good things are happening with the younger guys, and I give Coach Hill and Coach Bays total credit for that.
And right now, I think Coach Bays, of course, we knew the freshman group's a very talented group. They're without one of their standouts, Max McDonald. But you've had some other kids come in there. I think there's no doubt that Kate Moore is probably the most improved player there. And this is a young man. He has turned into a legitimate basketball player, and a guy that I think is definitely going to help your varsity program somewhere. The Sedgwick kids giving you very good minutes as well. But that's an undefeated group right now.
You bet. And I was just about to mention Sedgwick, too. Both of those guys were guys that were kind of overshadowed in the junior high years, and you've been – with Matt being hurt, it has given both those guys chances to contribute, and they've loved the opportunity. And I think Kate's done a tremendous job. And Sedgwick, they both have things about their game that the more confidence and the more time they play, they're going to get nothing but better. But at the same time, they bring a lot to the table. And and to Matt's credit, I watched him play all summer, and I've had very few big guys that can run the floor as well as Matt. He can get out and lead a break as well as any young kid I've ever seen, especially for a post player. And I think people are going to really enjoy seeing him play next year, even though we haven't seen him all season. I saw him in the off season, and the kid can really contribute. So he's got a nice little jump shot from 15 feet in too. So, and then McCain Oden, you talk about a post that can run the floor. I mean, he's going to take out right where Hunter, because he gets us a little bit of muscle inside, and he's not afraid to go after steals. He's not afraid to run the floor, and he can rebound with the best of them. So, I see some good things happen with that freshman group. I know Hugh likes stepping up and playing point guard for those older guys, and him and Jackson work well together, along with Trent McCann and Jace Kirkland. And I think the future is very bright for Big Red basketball with those young guys coming up. And now that you see them all playing together a little bit, I think it's going to mishmash into a very nice team.
As the coach talked to me about when you have open gym in the summer, or whenever you first see these kids and you have freshmen come in there, and Matthew McDonald and Kate Moore wearing size 15, 16 shoes. Surely, I'm sure you've noticed that, and you're looking up to think just how tall this tree might grow for us.
I know, and it's been a while since we've had Dabney was great at 6'8", and but he was by himself. It was kind of like 4 guards and Dabney, and it would be nice to have some post players that would be some twin towers, because we haven't seen that since David Price and Nate Hy-Vee. And last time we had 2 guys over 6'5", the sky was the limit, and we've made it to the barn. So it sure would be nice to have that happen again.
Talking with Coach Matt Cruz, Big Red basketball. You get the big win last night, loses to what?
7-5 and 6-3 in the conference. So,
but it's not going to get much easier. We've got, of course, everybody. We thought all along Knoxville is the favorite, and everybody else was going to. We knew this was going to be a fun conference season, and that it's going to be a battle every night out. Even Davis County, we handled them pretty easy twice, but I think that it's just, I feel like they've given other teams some good ball games. But everybody else, it's a battle, and now you got Sheraton coming to town, and then we still got Knoxville and Clark left, and that's tough out of the conference stuff. But Friday night with Sheraton coming to town after losing up there in overtime, I'm sure our boys have had this circled for a while.
Yeah, we definitely want revenge on that. And, it's a struggle also as a coach to be thinking that we should be 9-3 if we hit 2 free throws, and one in the Sheridan game and then one in the Eddyville game. But at the same time, I love our work ethic. I think the kids are playing hard, and I think we're getting a lot better. The only thing is, Sheraton's going to be a little stronger this time around also, because now the JV player, I can't pronounce this kid's name, but anyway, he was the point guard on their JV squad. He's a very nice ball player, and he is eligible to play now. And he went for 20 last night against I-35 in there, and Sheraton beat them by 13. So he's going to be a load. He was their leading scorer on the floor last night, even over Lim Chul and the Reichman kid. So or the Stites kid too. And it's going to be interesting. I know they're going to be a little bit better, but at the same time, I know that we kind of have a chip on our shoulder when it comes to Sheraton, and I think we're going to come out and play them tough.
Well, and then it's non-conference, so you want to win them all, but it's going to be Saturday. Is going to play almost like a conference game, because Unionville and Centerville were close in proximity, and with the Hy-Vee kid is very good friends with a number of guys on your team, and he's a special player.
Yeah, he is.
This will be fun Saturday night.
Yeah, Calvin's one of the few kids that I can say that's an opposing player that I love very much. He's just a great kid. He's put a lot of time in with us in the summer. He's come up and played with us a ton. He's played traveling ball with Brett an awful lot, and I know they're best friends. And and basically he is Putnam County's version of Brett Koserich. He can create a lot of good baskets, and if the other four guys step up around him, they can be a very dominating team. But I like my other four guys better than Putnam County's other four guys. And, I really think we have the better starting five. But, I'll tell you what, if Calvin goes off like Brett goes off, you never know what's going to happen. And, he's put up 51, I think, in a game this year. And, if he has one of those type of nights, the other four guys may not matter that much. So, we are definitely going to have to concentrate on him. But, like I said, like you said, we are very good friends with a lot of those guys down there. And it's going to be a great game. But right now, we're just concentrating on nothing but Sheraton.
Coach Matt Krusich, before we let you go, now we've done a lot with the rules here tonight and everything. And it was interesting last night. Josh and I were talking here at the sport table. I've never seen it. The ref who came over and clarified for us has never seen it. Somebody have 6 timeouts. You go into overtime, you get an additional timeout, but we thought, well, maybe you can't go above 5. So I have to ask you first and foremost, how do you go into an overtime game with 5?
I know.
You're exactly saving these things up for the end of the year, or what's going on?
Honestly, I was saving them for if we got in a clutch situation towards the end, with it being such a close game. And honestly, I got to give Coach Archer credit, because every time I was going to call a timeout, he did it for me. So when I'm living off his timeouts, his timeouts were very well timed for us also. So because it allowed us to keep our defenses straight, because we were mixing up a lot of defense last night, and honestly, we were trying to create offense. All of our offenses were pretty stagnant last night because they knew right where the ball was going. So we were kind of having to, pull an Aaron Rodgers and say, hey, you just go here and be ready for a screen here. And if he goes here, you're just going to have to cut here. And, it wasn't just, hey, well, let's just run this 14 or let's run 42 or anything like that. It was, hey, we're going to run half of 14, but when we get this far, then start looking for this. And, which I think great defenses bring that out in your team. But like I said, I didn't call a timeout, because every time I had my hands up and ready to go, I looked down and Archer's calling it. So it's like, hey, I'll just let him keep using his, and if I can make it, we'll be okay.
It would have been fun at the end if you were playing somebody that maybe needed to pay back to start taking time out. Watch the game
or watch a kid stand at the free throw line for half an hour while I use all 6 of them. I guess. All
right, Coach, as always, thanks for stopping out. Congratulations on a great overtime win last night. And we hope to have a packed house on Friday night against the Sheraton. We know it's going to be fun.
You bet. Thanks a lot. And thanks for those things, because I'm telling you, I'm getting an education every time we go over A1 and B1. And so thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Coach. We'll have a break. When we come back, Josh Price is going to talk about Hy-Vee, and Coach Nick Howes here to talk a little bit of bowling. I think we had a bowling tournament on Saturday as well, right? This town was rocking on Saturday. We're back right after this on Hy-Vee.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting, or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
We're moving to the second hour of the show here on the pitch. You're listening to KCOG Centerville. And Josh Price is back out to tell us about all the great things going on out here at Hy-Vee. I know the fuel saver stuff is running rampant, and you've got a lot of great deals as well.
You bet. We got a lot of great stuff going on. It's about Saturday. You can save big for spend $75, and you can get 75 cents a gallon on your fuel saver card. And then don't forget, we're also giving away $1,000 a week in gift cards. We're giving away 10 gift cards of $100 each every week. And every time you swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks card, you are entered to win the grand prize of $10,000 at the beginning of April.
And I still have not. Who was it that you said was sitting at the bench?
It was Taylor Lundquist, the gal running the scoreboard. Yeah, she was our first week winner. She was the one at the score table,
and she won the
$100 gift card. Yep.
I can't seem to be a winner. I know.
You never. I haven't got last week's winner. You never know. You might be on that list.
Not if I don't clear fun at it.
That guy, you got a redraw. I got a redraw. Yeah.
What do you got for some highlights out here?
Well, we got Steve Brown's got homemade bread bowls that are going to be in the ad for just 99 cents this weekend, and we also have whole spiral cut brown sugar Hy-Vee hams for just 99 cents a pound. So stop on out, see Jeff back there in the meat department, or Steve over there in the bakery.
All right, Josh Price, as always, thanks for being a part of the show, and get your thinking cap on. We got some good stuff if we don't run out of time for a trip to the mound a little bit later. So we'll see what.
I look forward to giving my opinion.
Great insight. You're better at that than you are the rules.
Yeah. My opinion is a little bit better forward with things like that than they are with rules questions. But maybe I didn't play so much. I didn't know what I was doing out there.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Nick Howell joins us to talk bowling. And then coming up, we'll go in the box with the always fun Centerville High School junior Logan Stickler. That's coming up in just a little bit.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for almost 30 years now. I have been people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
I'm Keith Coach Nick Howell joins us now to talk bowling. And Coach, we talked a lot about the wrestling tournament in town this weekend, but you guys had a little something going on Saturday out there as well.
Yeah, we had our first weekend meet this year. So Friday we went up to Pella. I will have to correct myself from last week. I did say that the varsity boys won. They did not win last year, but the girls did win last year. Well, this year we went up there. We bowled at Excitable up in Pella. The girls had a good match. They got beat. The boys also got beat, and the JV lost too. We're just running into these teams where they just have, they have a lot of experience. We're a new program. We've only been together for 2 years. It's our second year now. A lot of these teams will run into, they've had a program for 4 or 5 years. So as I keep telling the kids, talent's one thing, but experience makes difference too. I mean, once we get, a veteran program going, I think we'll be more successful. And a lot of these teams we're running into, they're powerhouses right now. They have a lot of upperclassmen, so they will have a lot of juniors and seniors. Fortunately, we have a lot of young kids on our team. So over the next 3 or 4 years, I think we're going to have a very strong team. And like you mentioned, Saturday, the Big Red Invitational. We also had a bowling meet that morning at 9. We took on Sigourney. We beat them last year. So we were kind of confident going into this meet on Saturday, and we actually lost all 3 to them too. So, but they were all really close, within about 200 pens. So it's a pretty close match. We get to take them on next, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. We get to go up to Sigourney. So the kids are going to be looking for a little revenge on that meet. So this week, what we have upcoming is Friday. We go up to Oskaloosa. We already played them here this year once. A pretty tough squad, but they're beatable. Anybody's beatable on any given day. So we'll go up to Oskaloosa on Friday. The meet starts at 4 o'clock. We'll leave here around 2 o'clock, and we'll give it our best. And like I said, every meet the kids do, they seem to be having a lot of fun, and they're very competitive. So that's all I can ask for. So, but yeah, that's what we got on board this week. Friday we go up to Oskaloosa, so a couple of days.
Once the meet starts bowling, as a coach, when you get there, what are things that you can do as a coach? Obviously, you want to strike and stuff. Do you set a lineup? Do you determine who competes against who, or is it just what is your role once the meet starts from a strategical standpoint, or is there?
So yeah, basically throughout the practices for the week, we'll have 2 weeks. So basically throughout the practices, I'm kind of been switching varsity up throughout this year, giving some kids the opportunity to bowl varsity that I think have the potential to bowl varsity. So throughout the week, I'm kind of looking at how the kids are bowling, what scores they're putting up, who we're facing, and I kind of strategically set up a lineup based off of that. So basically, when we get there, we arrive at the bowling center. I got my recap sheets, and basically you just fill out your lineups and you keep track of their games. They bowl 2 individual games apiece. Then we bowl Baker's games. We bowl 5 Bakers. So in the Baker's game, you bowl each bowler bowls 2 frames a game. So essentially, after the 5 Baker's games, every bowler is going to have 3 games in for that meet. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been trying my best to switch it up, and it's just basically strictly off of who we're competing against and what they've done throughout the week. That's how I set my lineup. Daniel Thomas Sr., I'm probably always going to have him bowl anchor. Between him and Alex Collins, they're both pretty competitive, pretty close in range to bowling. I'm probably always going to have Daniel anchor because, if we get in that tight squeeze where we need a couple strikes or something towards the end, I feel like I have confidence in Daniel where he can pull through. So there is a lot of strategy into it, but, that's the 2 things I go into based off of how they bowl throughout practice during the week and then who we're bowling that day.
Talk to me about building the program and what do we have going on for youth bowling? I mean, when you look at most of our sports, I think anybody would say, you know, to start a program and build a program, you got to get it going at ages. We got Little League Baseball, which I got to talk about those tryouts, their registration coming up here. But you got some travel basketball, we've got soccer programs, you got everything. Do we have youth bowling programs, or is that something you're open to get going? And how important do you think that's going to be to really building a long-term successful program?
It's very important. You know, the sooner you can start, the better. The more experience you'll get when you get to high school. They do have youth programs. I believe they're on Saturday. I don't know when the next one starts because they go through so many. They do like a couple a year, I believe, and have a little bit of break in between. But I think they're on Saturdays, I believe. I'm going to have to double check with Don because that's where they used to be, but I'm not sure if it's still that day. But also our men's leagues, there's no age restriction on that. You know, if you're in high school, you can go ahead and bowl in that. It's not a money league. You do pay for the bowling every night, but there is no prize fund. So that would be the only thing that would affect any of my high school bowlers from bowling in that. So I'm encouraging them to bowl in leagues. They have the Tuesday night men's league. There's a Wednesday mix. And then there's a Friday mixed league too. So I already have a couple bowlers already bowling on those leagues. So I tell them, yeah, go ahead. Let's get as much experience as we can. You know, go ahead and bowl in the leagues. There's no prize fund, so it's not going to affect your status as far as a high school bowler. So, but there are youth programs. There are absolutely. There was when I was younger, and they're still continuing to do that. As far as the actual specific dates, I can make sure I get a hold of that next time we come on, and I can give you the specific dates. But they do those on the weekends. I believe it's on Saturdays.
All right, Coach Nick Howell, Big Red and Redhead Bowling, Oskaloosa on Friday night. Yep. That is on the road. We look forward to visiting with Coach again and wish him the best on the rest of the season. Thanks for stopping out.
Yep, thank you.
Go Steelers. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We're going to go in the box next. Centerville High School junior Logan Stickler joins us. We'll find out give him all the hard questions. Starting with what's going on with this beer, Chad. I'm going to let you handle that one. We'll be back right after this.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey, everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker Broker.
KCOG Centerville. It's time for our In the Box segment, brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. Calling me, got him in the crew at 856-3333. Each week, we try to have a student guest out. Those are always upperclassmen, junior or senior. And tonight we have a young man who is a junior at Centerville High School, Logan Stickler, stopping out. Logan, thanks for stopping out. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hello, Logan Stickler. My mom and dad's Julie and Michael Stickler. I got a little brother, Lucas.
He's fun.
He's good time.
Yeah, he's a good time.
He's high energy.
Yeah, he's high energy. Yeah.
All right. How old is Lucas?
Lucas is 11.
Yeah. So there's enough age gap there. Do you ever have to babysit or anything?
Not anymore, really.
Not anymore because it didn't go well, or what?
No, he's old enough.
Okay.
He's a pretty smart kid.
I mean, get a job, get out. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's how long do you have to take care of the guy, right?
Yeah.
All right. What about any other relatives in the area?
My cousin Travis over at Seymour. He's always fun. I hang out with him most of the time.
Okay. You don't have any grandparents?
Oh, I got Grandma and Grandpa Jim and Rita. They live Moulton, and then Bev and Dick. They live in Centerville.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So now your dad from Seymour, right? He
was Seymour.
Your mom went to Moulton.
Yep.
So that's kind of a bluegrass conference rivalry.
It is. But
yeah. So they decide, look, we can't live in Moulton or Seymour because that would be picking sides, so we'll just live in Centerville, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that really affected them.
It didn't come into play.
I mean, I live in Exline, so I used to live in Centerville, but
all right.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, what's going on here?
I don't know. I've had the distinct pleasure of coaching this kid for 3 years now in football, and I think as a freshman, he started growing this chin strap here, and I think so he doesn't actually have to wear one in football. So he finally we gave him a hard time. Playoff game was coming up the week of playoff practice. We could only get to shave it. It was a state rule that he had to shave it, and so we about convinced him then. But we'll see if we can talk him into shaving it here sometime soon.
So you got the beard with no mustache, kind of the Amish look going.
Yeah, I don't.
So tell me about that, and I'm guessing your mom just loves that. But
no, she doesn't really like it too much. She likes to want to keep it like trimmed up. You know what I mean? Like I just shaved it about a week's growth, and she likes that. But I don't really like the mustache, so I shaved the mustache off.
So, but why the beard thing? And what is this? Is that your signature?
I think I'm just too lazy to shave it. Really.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good honest answer.
Yeah.
All right. So you're a fairly busy kid. Tell me I know you're busy with a lot of sports. What all sports you participate in?
I play football, basketball, and track. Football's, I think we're going to go somewhere next year for football. So
that's good. I think your basketball team, even track, the numbers are going to be up this year. You guys got a chance to do some good stuff.
Yeah, down 2A now in basketball, so I think we can go somewhere in basketball too, and then track and throw discus. Hopefully state this year, next year. For sure.
Yeah. Coach Carson is, he's I think entertaining in his. Well, Chad and I talked about this earlier today. I mean, he is a nuts and bolts kind of guy. He's always working the kids, strategizing in track. I mean, it's almost like it seems like he knows every throw, every race that anybody in the whole state ran for like 10 years.
Always looking at his notebook.
Yeah. I mean, is that a correct assessment? The guy, you're not going to get anything past.
That's very correct, yes.
So on the throwing side, give me that relationship with Coach Well, because I know you guys have a separate throwing coach, right?
We do. Coach Harnish is our throwing coach. So when practice comes around, we usually do the throwers do a lap around the track, and then we go down and throw the rest of track practice. I don't really see Coach Carson at all unless he needs to tell us something. And get done throwing, come back up, do a little agility stuff, and then out the door. Usually we're out the door before the runners because they have a little bit harder workout for sure.
Now you don't have to. You guys get in the Ironman or the big man race at the end of the
4 by fat
called the Fat Man race. Yeah, I think that's absolutely
4 by fat.
The heavy man.
Heavy man, yeah.
I mean, you got a few guys. You guys can run.
We were pretty quick. We had it was to start off. I think it was Peyton Moore, Trevor Gavigan, me, and then Tate Elton. So we were pretty quick.
Yeah, but not a bad group of guys there.
Just a 4x1, right?
Yeah, just 4x1.
They don't make you run a 4x4 or something.
No.
So other than sports, what are some things you like to do?
I like to ride four-wheelers. I like to coon hunt. That's pretty fun.
Okay.
And deer hunt. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Got a job anywhere?
Yep. I work for LOC Lawn Care, and like we mow all the city stuff. So like the cemetery, the cop shop, basically all that stuff.
That's the Pullmans, right?
Yep. Pullman. Yep. Karen and Craig Pullman. Yep. So them involved.
All right. You know, I got to give you credit there. I was speaking to Karen a few months ago, and she spoke very highly of you. And I was like, Logan's a stickler, right? Stick.
Yeah, she likes me.
Yeah, but she said you're a hard worker. And then I said, stick. Right, guy with the beard?
No. Would you agree with that? Kind of hard worker, all right?
I was convinced that we had the same kid. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So you basketball last night and some of the other games, fouls have been a little bit of a problem.
Yep.
Sometimes I will say, last night I thought the refs did a pretty good job at the whole, but you seem to get a couple of questionable ones. Do you think it has anything to do with the beard?
I don't know. I guess we could shave it off. Dry it out, but I don't know. I doubt it's the beard. I don't know.
Well, and now you said to me on the way out last night that maybe it's just that you're getting a little mouthy or something.
Yeah, that might be it.
And I said, well, as an official, I can tell you that we never go. Well, I like that kid. He's mouthy. So tell me what do you talk a little trash to the team? I mean, I don't talk trash. I never noticed your attitude being foul towards officials.
No, I don't really talk trash or anything, but my mouth just open up a little bit if there's a bad call.
It does.
It opens up a little bit.
Oh, good. Does something come out or does
no? Well, sometimes, but not all the time.
In my assessment, in my years officiating, I never really had any. I never saw that. I always knew that I had to keep an eye on you, and I think maybe your dad, from what I understand, was pretty good at some of the tricks of how to get away with a few things in the post. And I would notice that you might not be afraid to stick a knee in somebody or just a little,
not a knee, step on their feet,
a little bit like that. Yeah, I did notice that. And sometimes if I call you for things like that, you would look at me like I was crazy. But we both knew that you did.
We knew that. Yeah, we did.
All right, so you guys, big overtime win against Hy-Vee last night. Obviously, it's always nice to be out there.
Yeah, I love to beat Hy-Vee, especially during football season. That was awesome. We needed that one. And at their place, too. That was great.
So we're kind of on I don't want to jinx anything. We're on a little bit of a roll here.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, that feels pretty good.
That feels awesome.
Yeah. And we've got both. We've got the pennant and the helmets.
Yep.
In the school. Is that something, I mean, how often when you're in the halls of Hy-Vee do you think, that's all right there?
Well, I don't really get to see the helmets because somebody over there said we were going to get a pedestal or something to put the Highway 5 trophy up on, but it's apparently getting worked on. So
I think the pedestal's at his house. It's at his house. It's in his bedroom, right by the bed. Every morning we do that. So we got that. Now Hy-Vee and Davis County both twice this year in basketball. I mean, those are our two biggest rivals. But I know also pretty good rivalry going with Sheridan. So Friday night, we've got to be a little hungry, don't we?
Oh yeah, we should have beat them up there if we would have hit our free throws. We would have won, but I'm ready for tomorrow night. Get them on our court. It's a little bit bigger, and yeah.
You hit a monster three last night, right out of the shoot in overtime. Talk to me a little bit about that. I mean, overtime can be a little nerve-wracking anyway, and you're able to square one up right out of the shoot. That was big momentum builder for us.
Yeah, fourth quarter I didn't really play a lot because I was in foul trouble, and then got into the overtime, and then I hit the three, and I came back up the court, and I shot another three, and I probably shouldn't have done that. Cruise the cheese. Yeah, well, we needed to run the timeout a little bit and had the momentum, so I took it up. And
Chad and I say if you're open, take it.
Yeah.
No, we didn't cruise it. Just kidding. No, he's won a few ball games.
Yeah.
So I think he knows.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah. He's won a few basketball games. So, but great win there. You got Sheridan on Friday night. Now they've got a kid that played it's going to be playing this time. That didn't play last time because he had just moved and he wasn't
Isaiah.
Yet. He's going to certainly add to the mix a little bit.
Yeah, I played him since I was in 8th grade. He moved there to Sheridan, I think, in 8th grade, and I played him since 8th grade. And he's okay, but not too worried about him.
Yeah. All right. And let's talk about some of the other things going on in the school. Now, this is your junior year. You're going to have prom coming up. Are you planning to attend that?
Well, yeah, I'll probably attend it. I haven't really got a date yet this year, and Taylor McGrann, he hasn't either. So if Taylor doesn't find a date, I'll probably just go with him. But because I can find a date, I got off.
Oh, but Taylor moved on.
Taylor, I don't know. Taylor hasn't found a date yet. So
nice looking guy. I got to think. Now, come on, between the two of you guys, you're surely a hot to school, aren't you?
Wait a little late to ask somebody out. So
there's got to be girls just sitting by their phone every night waiting for you guys.
I don't know, Russ. Yeah, I don't know.
Have you heard of social media?
Yep, I've heard that.
You could put something out there. Hey, Snapchat. Yes, this is Stick, and looking for prom date.
Yeah, probably not going to do that.
Hey, maybe we could have. Maybe we should. With Chad, we ran into this. We've actually had people ask people to prom right here on the show. Maybe we should have our own little radio reality show, like instead of the Bachelor, that has to do with finding a prom date. Well, this would be a good one to start with. Yeah. No.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. He's saying he doesn't need any help. Early start. Oh my. All right. What about after your days at CHS? It's going to be over before you know it. What do you see yourself doing in the future?
Well, hopefully I can go play basketball or throw a disc at somewhere, and then I don't know, probably be a lineman for like
for an NFL team.
No,
for
like a utility company. That'd be nice. That's what I want to do.
All right, Logan Stickler's a junior at Centerville School. Always fun to talk to Stick, and good to see what you guys are doing in basketball. And we like to see you stepping up. It looks like since the first few games, there's a handful of you guys that are stepping up a little bit more on the offensive side, and we're glad to see that. All right, it's time now for your 5 fast questions.
Alrighty.
All right, this is where we fire them at you fast and furious with no breaks. Not that we've taken any breaks yet. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Pizza.
Got a favorite topping on there?
Probably like a meat lovers.
Okay, good call.
Yeah.
What about a dream car? If your mom and dad came in and said, look, we just won the lottery. We're going to buy you whatever you want.
Ooh, I think I'd probably just go with the Jeep Wrangler because I got one at home I want to fix up. So probably like a newer Jeep.
It's a brand new. Newer. All in the world, you're going newer. How about brand new?
Brand new, sure. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
What do you think is your best quality?
The beard.
That's definitely. Okay. Easier parent to deal with. If you want to get your way on something, you going to talk to mom?
It depends, like what's going on, like curfew. Usually when I ask my dad to do something, he'll say no. And he'll just say no. He'll just laugh about it and do. So I usually just ask my mom, and my mom's usually cool about stuff. So
you got a better chance usually.
Better chance with my mom, because my dad's just gonna say no.
Well, no is an easy answer. Solves all problems.
Yeah.
No, you don't go do anything. You can't get in. If you're sitting in your room, usually, you can't get any help. All right. So here we go. Let's have some fun with this one. I know you love basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to play a pickup game of basketball. You're the captain of the team. Okay, so you're going to make 4 selections to your team.
Ooh.
And they have to be Centerville High School faculty members. So
faculty members.
Employed somehow as a coach, as a secretary, as whatever. Okay,
right.
You got to take 2 males and 2 females because this is the co-ed basketball. So what 4 are you going to take? And let's say, because I'm going to ask him, because we'll have Taylor McGrann on here one of these days too.
Ooh.
And I'll give him the same question. And so let's say you're going up against Taylor, and the winner gets a free Meat Lovers pizza or something like that. So there's a lot on the line. So who would you take?
All right.
What is the next thing going to take place? No, you're not actually going to take it, but if you won, you would. Yeah.
All right.
Who you got?
First off, Jonathan Matthew Kovacevic. He's my first one.
All right.
Second one, Brendan Chubaugh.
Here's a good call. That's a better call than this old guy over here.
And then probably going to go with, girls. Like in the whole building.
Yeah, no.
All right. I heard Miss Schofield. She was pretty good.
I heard she was a good athlete.
Yeah. And then
her day. I hope she's listening. In her day.
Probably going to go with Miss Voss, my old Spanish teacher. She's funny, so I'll bring her along.
She's funny?
Yeah, she's pretty
funny. About her athletic skills?
I don't know.
Well, if you got you and Chubaugh,
yeah, I mean,
you can handle it,
yeah.
Right? The rest of them,
keep Kovac in the corner.
It just keeps the oxygen tank for Kovac. Maybe get a shot or 2 out of it along the way. So there you go. All right, well, we'll be interested to see in here when we bring Taylor on down the road what he comes up with. You got to remind me that we got to ask Taylor the big question. Well, you should write these down so he can't. Well, we can't. He has first pick. Yeah, so that's not fair though that he gets all of the 4 first picks. But I bet he'd come up with a different 4 and give him quite a tussle. Sure. All right. Well, Logan Sticker, thanks for stopping out. Thanks for being a great representative of Centerville. You are officially out of the box.
All right. Thank you.
We're back with Coach Matt Kalakovich after this on Hy-Vee.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting, or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
This is the pitch on KCOG Centerville. Russ Ocker, Chadley Koestner, Josh Braxton, Coach Matt Kavakovich. You know, you get selected in a lot of these pickup games. The one we all still want to see is you and Kylie in the 50-yard dash, or 100 or whatever. 50 would be better. 50 would be 25. But so I hear 5. You know, if any of this ever comes about, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on you to succeed.
Absolutely, and I feel a lot of pressure if I can't beat Richard or Kylie in a sprint race. So if that ever comes about, I'm going to have you. Hopefully, they give me a couple weeks to train a little bit before the race. I
have no doubt there's money to be made at a fundraiser for faculty track and field like we do the elementary track. So I have no doubt if somebody puts that on. I know I'm not even a track guy, but I would definitely pay $5 to jump to that. So anyway, I'm guessing you know Chad. I bet you would certainly have to be the favorite in the 1,500 meter.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know who else. You know, two-ball ran.
Michael's still pretty fast. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, there's a couple guys out there that are doing stuff.
Yeah, there's a few that might give you the old boy run for his money. But
Coach Parker's got an artificial hip, so maybe I don't know if that kind of helps him or.
He can get in on the wheelchair race. It's not a bionic.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was looking for. You don't know that's bionic, like the guy in the little big league with the guy.
Parker just he ran 103.4 all on one leg. Oh my gosh! All right, let's talk some girls basketball, Coach. Since we last talked, you've had a handful of games, and unfortunately, things haven't gone our way. And it still just looks like a team that just can't, on a regular basis, just always has to have that bad go of it for a little while.
Yeah, you're right. We're still shaking that, trying to shake that bugaboo of getting stuck on a number and can't get off of it. And it reared its ugly head last night. You know, playing. I was very, very deflated and frustrated of our effort all the way around last night against the blue team. I thought we'd be ready to play. I mean, if you can't be ready to play against those guys, then there's not a team, in my opinion, that you can get ready for. And I think maybe the break probably maybe hurt us a little bit. Last Friday, we had to take off because of the wrestling meet, having all the wrestling meets are masked down, and we couldn't really find a gym to get into, and I had to be down there for the JV wrestling meet. So we took Friday off kind of reluctantly and took Saturday and Sunday, and then came back and had a little bit of an open gym on Monday with very little participation. So kids had 4 days off. So it was a tough night last night, and we certainly didn't play our best. And we got a good night of practice tonight, and we'll get ready to go and try to go get one on Friday.
So we had what we have last. We play you guys. The boys had a pretty good gap in games, but now you guys had Thursday.
We played last Tuesday against Davis County, I believe. We were then Thursday we played Grandview,
and that's a heck of a ball club.
That's a heck of a ball club. They had a nice team. They just conveniently got one of their transfers eligible, kind of like what Matt's going through this Friday with the kid from Sheraton, and they got one eligible Thursday night against us, and she was a whale of a player. I was really impressed with her. And then they got another guard that averages about 28 points a game, probably, if not, she's really a top 4 or 5 scoring leader in the state of Iowa, who's a nice player. That second state, I figured she was up there. The gal from Pocahontas.
In all classes.
Yeah, so she was a good player. She was a pleasure to watch. But I really didn't think we played that bad. To be honest with you, I thought our effort was there. I thought we played pretty well, and it wasn't that as bad as I thought as the scoreboard might have dictated there. So that was it. Then Friday, obviously, we had nothing over the weekend.
Then did you have anything?
Monday we were supposed to play over at or play here against Seymour because of the ice. We got canceled.
Okay. All right. So now, obviously, you got to put that behind you. Last time we played Sheraton, we actually gave them a pretty decent ball game for a good portion of it. Now they come to town; they're one of the better teams in the conference. But from what I've seen, if we can put a whole game together, anybody in the conference we got a shot at.
Yeah, we've talked about that for most of the year. I think, talent-wise, I don't think there's that much of a gap between us and some of the other teams in the conference. And I thought we probably played our best all-around game for 4 quarters probably that night up at Sheraton before break. So hopefully we can bring that same kind of effort and that same kind of mentality to get after it. And on Friday night, you know what you're going to get. We've said on air several times with the Coach Sandy Ball Club up at Sheraton, they're going to have several girls and they're going to play hard and they're going to harass you and they're going to get after you. So we've got to be mentally prepared for that. And with their pressure defense that they play. So we're going to have to definitely be prepared for that. We are somewhat on the way back to being a little bit more healthier than what we have been most of the year, barring any other setbacks from right now till Friday. We should almost be, I think, 100% with everybody on the team. Last night we were out without Taylor Shin, who's a freshman that's been getting several varsity minutes, who was sick at school yesterday, so she missed last night's game, but she was back at practice tonight. So hopefully we'll have her available. We've got Katie George back from concussion protocol. So she's back. She got some minutes last night, got in a little bit to get her legs because she's missed the last week or two with that concussion. And Emily Mormon's been back here the last handful of games with her back issues that she was having and shoulder issues that she was having. So she's back almost probably 100% now. So now we've just got to find kind of a little bit of a rotation to get some of these girls in. That gives us about 9 girls to looking at it. And so I told the girls last night, kind of made a deal with them, is we're going to look at tonight's practice and tomorrow's practice, and we're going to try to find a starting 5 and a rotation that gives us the best chance to win the ball game. Because last night, quite frankly, it was not good enough effort for me, and hopefully for them after the game, knowing that it wasn't a good effort for them. That and it came back to these. I told Mr. O'Connor on the radio at halftime of the boys' game that, hey, we are a pretty resilient group of girls. They can get after it a little bit, and we had a great practice tonight. So hopefully we can continue that tomorrow and have another good one and be ready to go for sure.
Well, and we hope for a great crowd as always against the Sheraton Chargers. Should be a good game on the girls' side and a good game on the boys' side. So let's get out and cheer on the Big Reds and Redettes. The Friday night home game's always a lot of fun. Coach Matt Kovacevic and we're going to take a trip to the mountain here. The first thing we have to do is take our insurance.
Well, we better.
Hall of Fame challenge. So we'll get that. We already did that with the A1 and B1 and no. Well, Bryce grabbed the piece of paper. I want to let everybody know that Athens County Baseball has got registration. It'll be here before we know it. February 17th, 18th, and 19th at the Rathbun Lake Area YMCA. From Fridays, the 17th is from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturday, the 18th, to 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday, the 19th, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And again, that's February 17th, 18th, and 19th. Minor League, age 6 to 9, Little League 10 to 12. And checks or exact cash only on that, please. And here's a nice thing, free swimming for all registering players at that time. So that is going to happen. This County Baseball registration. Mark your dates, February 17th, 18th, and 19th. And any registrations received after the 19th will incur a late fee of $30. So it's so helpful when you get your registration in on time for all the organizing and planning that has to go on that. If you're unable to attend the registration event, you can pick up a form at Flower Teak. The completed form needs to return to Flower Teak with payment by February 17th. All right, guys, it's athlete association here. Tonight I'm going to give you 5 athletes on the professional level and 5 sports. And you have to match the athlete with the sport that they are a professional participant in. Here are your athletes. Paul Casey, Scott Colzine, Denny Hamlin, Corey Crawford, and Scooter Jeanette. Spelling is not important. I'll give them to you again. Paul Casey, Scott Colzine, Denny Hamlin, Corey Crawford, and Scooter Jeanette. You got to match them with the professional sport that they participate in, and here are your sports: NASCAR, golf, MLB, NFL, and hockey. NASCAR, golf, MLB, NFL, and hockey. And you match those 5 professional athletes with the professional sports that they participate in. We'll take a break. We'll come back and see how these gentlemen did right after this on Hy-Vee.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey, everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker Broker.
All right, we'll see how these guys did on the Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge. It was match your athlete with the sport that they participate in on the professional level. Paul Casey is a golfer. All right, everybody's 1 for 1. Bryce happy about the golf. That has to make you think, hey, maybe
might have a job here.
That's what I do. Scott Tolzien, well, he's in the NFL, football player. No? Guys, actually, I thought that was the
Backup for the Packers?
no, almost.
No.
Or backup for the Colts. Went to Wisconsin. I really thought that was a.
Yep.
Kind of thought you guys would know that one. Denny Hamlin, NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's got that. So it kind of comes down here to Corey Crawford and Scooter Jeanette. Because right now, Bryce and Chad have 2.
Yeah.
Kobach's got all 3. But Corey Crawford participates in one of Chad's favorite sports. He's a goalie in hockey.
Yes, sir.
Scooter Jeanette plays Major League Baseball for the Milwaukee Brewers. There you go. And Chad, I had Kobach got them all. Did you got 2? Well, let's play for second place. I got a good extra innings question here. Is see, cross them out after.
I told you I went back and forth. It was right here. Right on.
Chad, it's about integrity around here.
He's got that.
All right. So look at that. Paul Casey in golf. What is his career earnings? Closest to would have won the. What is career earnings? What do you think? Josh, write something down, and then you just give me your answer. Ding, ding, ding. Hurry up.
10 million?
10 million, Josh. What do you say? $18,570,185.
Yeah, Paul Casey's.
He's legit. You got Tolzien, the old quarterback for Wisconsin, doesn't get pay any attention. No. Hey, come on, guys.
It's a sports show.
Yeah, come on. All right, guys, we've got about 9 minutes left for our trip to the mound tonight. We got some good stuff for you, Josh. Slide right in there, and everybody gets about 30 seconds, 45 seconds per answer here. I'll start out with this one. Earlier today, I perused ESPN a lot when I'm working hard at the office. And there's a commercial on there with Ryan Lochte for Whey Power Bars, a clean beginning, a new beginning, and Ryan Lochte said, Ryan Lochte wants a new beginning. Are we okay with Lochte capitalizing off of basically being a schmuck at the Olympics? Are we okay with that? Go back.
Well, I mean, I think I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not like every single other athlete in the history of sports hasn't came back and capitalized off their dumb mistakes that they've made. So he's just trying to make that good All-American buck, and I don't have any problem with it. If you buy a what is it, a bar, a candy bar, or if you don't buy that candy bar because Ryan Lochte lied to the police and at the Olympics, then I guess that's your own prerogative. But I don't mind. I don't have any qualms about it at all.
Josh? Well, I think the guy's a jerk, but I mean, good for him. If I could go back and make money on all the dumb things I've done in my life, I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys. I mean, well, I would be off on an island somewhere right now. I can't. I mean, that's what I'm just saying. I mean, you know, 6-year-old guy. So good for him if he can capitalize on his stupidity. More power to him, I guess. Chad?
I do have a little problem with it. But I guess, you know, that's kind of where we're at in society. You know, you make a mistake as long as you, I guess, apologize for it, which he kind of did in a roundabout way.
Did he?
Kind of. Sort of. It was fake, but he kind of did. So yeah, I guess he's got to find some way to. Maybe it's community service. I don't know. Maybe he's not getting paid.
Well, I don't have any problem with him making money on it. If somebody wants to give him money, I have a problem with Whey Power Bars. I mean, it's a little too soon for that. I think what he did was a little bit of a black guy for America. So I'm built like, and I would not buy their product because of that. So I'm going to buy it anyway. Probably not. If it was Pepsi, it probably wouldn't be. But I would weigh that against them in my decision of their product. So not shame on him. Why somebody wants to pay me money, whatever. But shame on him. Come on, there's got to be somebody else you can pay money to fit the product. Okay, guys, this could be a real hot button topic here to see. You know, NFL, when the playoffs get going, over the years, we've had some calls that people don't like, and inevitably you're going to have things come up. Cowboy fans not pleased with the pass interference call. Chiefs fans not pleased with the most obvious holding call in the history of mankind. Does the NFL need an overhaul? Do they need some big-time changes? Popularity seems to be a little bit down.
I think they do need some changes, especially for defensive backs. It's awful hard in the NFL to play defense as a cornerback or a safety or something. It seems like they get some ticky-tack touch calls, but they need some help. Yeah, they definitely, because people are not tuning in like they used to. So yeah, they need something. But what are you gonna do?
Josh? I think they definitely do. The NFL they didn't really take a stance early in the year with the whole Kaepernick deal. And I think that was kind of the start of a major downfall this year. The officiating has not been great. I think there's a lot of issues there. There's a lot of, like Chad said, there's a lot of rule changes that need to be taken care of. You can't play defensive back in the NFL like you probably should, and quarterbacks are a little bit overprotected. And I get that there's health issues and health concerns and things like that, but there's got to be a better way to go about it. Right now, it seems like it's Roger Goodell versus everyone else kind of thing. Like, it seems like he's trying to say this is how my NFL is going to run, regardless if it's the right thing to do or the most popular thing to do. And I think that they definitely need a huge revamping of everything right now.
Coach Kavakovich.
I don't know why in the playoffs they put an all-star crew together to work these games. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me that you're going to go work in the biggest games of the year and you have no idea, you've never worked with this guy beside you. Seems odd to me. And I understand you want the best out there, but I would think you would want, instead of the best individual official, you would want the best crew there. So you'd want to take the best crew. And it's obvious the NFL officials have no clue what they're doing. I mean, it's every single game. There's people after the game that gripes about calls, and it's just so frustrating to watch a game. And you said the pass coverage in the NFL is it? I mean, that's what I swear that's what they call in the huddle is pass interference on 2. Let's go. Let's do it, because it's just throw it up and somebody's going to be called for a pass interference, and it's frustrating to watch. And it wasn't just the game the other night; it's just been the whole season. It seems like you have no idea what pass interference, and quite frankly, what the holding calls anymore. You don't know what the holding is, and it is or it isn't. So I don't know. I'm kind of like you guys. I don't know what you do, and it's a bad deal to be an official right now, Russ, because you have so many replays. I mean, and it comes back right now. So, and it's so quick, and you have replays and cameras from everywhere. So it's either you stop the game and the game lasts 6 hours because you're going to replay every single penalty, or you just have to find better officials.
I think the first thing they need to do is definitely revamp the rules for cornerbacks. And one of the reasons we're in an era where I think we're all this way when you watch a game, and I think this is one of the reasons why popularity is down, along with that Kaepernick deal. You're sitting there, and every time you think your team's about to get off the field, here comes the flag. Somebody with helmet to helmet, or somebody breathed on a receiver. Yeah. And first of all, they never call pass interference on offense, which was crazy. Because, I mean, any little touch gives you separation, especially when that guy can't breathe on you. I get that we're trying to protect people in some of the hits, that a lot of times the defensive player, it wasn't on purpose. The level of the player changed. And so if we're going to give that, let's maybe say it's time to start letting the cornerbacks have a little more. Let's let them hand check. They shouldn't be able to pull their jersey off their shoulder pads, which didn't get with all the calls they missed. Yes, exactly. That one. Yeah, I mean, they're the most obvious. I agree. They don't get that one, and then they call when he barely touches him, and then they give him the call late. But let's let them play. They can't knock them down, but maybe in basketball you can hand check at the NBA level a little bit. Let's let them hand check as long as they don't shove them. Let's give them a little bit. Let's start saying we're going to err more on the defensive side of this because we're killing them on the other. We can't touch a quarterback, and they can't hit anybody in the head, accidentally or not. So maybe fans, because it is frustrating. You think you've got your team stopped, and son of a gun, somebody targeted somebody, or somebody, there was pass interference. So that's I think we can do a better job there, and I think that's my biggest frustration. Is that it's just you just hold your breath on third down when you see a pass fall incomplete. You don't get excited until you got 10 seconds to see the flag.
Yeah, you got to look up in the left-hand corner where's the flag. Where's that yellow flag?
So I think that's, to me, my biggest frustration with it. Well, that is all the time we have. I wanted to get into this baseball steroid issue a little bit. What it seems like we're kind of moving away now to where when I'm seeing these guys who are connected to steroids getting in the Hall of Fame, I didn't see what Bonds and what's his name, Clemens, who I think everybody knows for a fact those guys were on steroids. Didn't see what they got for both. I think they're going to end up. I think they're going to end up in there maybe down the road here. And my concern on it comes down to the message we're sending to the youth, because there's no doubt in my mind that there is a long-term effect of putting this stuff in your body, and it is tempting if you think that it's going to give you a chance to make the professional level. But at what point are we taking it just so we can be a better high school athlete? Because listen, 99.99% of all high school athletes will never make a dime playing sport. And is it worth it? And I just don't want to see it become more and more prevalent at the high school level, because it's so much harder than test and keep it out of it. Jed, 20 seconds.
Well, on the Hall of Fame after this year, next year's ballots are all open to the public.
I think they should be.
They are, because they voted it in.
Yeah, good.
So good. So you can't. You'll know that one person that didn't vote for
Willie Mays, Hank Aaron,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah. So you'll really last year.
Yeah. I mean,
so you'll know who the idiot is out there that didn't vote for those guys, or actually voted some of these steroid people in. So they'll have to answer for their ballots from now on out.
Well, that's going to do it for us here. Don't forget Big Red basketball, Red X and Big Red's home on Friday night. Chadley and Michael Connor will have your action from the Lake Game if you're not able to make it out. For Josh Price, Chadley, and everybody on the pitch tonight, thank you for tuning in. I'm Russ W. Ocker saying so long, everybody.